Hello guys and welcome to all those training to become Super Saiyan and welcome to Revolution. So episode 90 is in the history books. We have had Ultimate Gohan versus Goku, but which form does he stack up to against Goku? If you haven't seen episode 90 yet, I suggest you pause this video right now because there is spoilers in this video. I don't want to ruin it for you because episode 90 was absolutely breathtaking. Pause the video, go watch it and come back. So I'm going to go on record and say that this is one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Not just that, but one of the best episodes I've seen in the whole Dragon Ball series. I honestly feel that this episode was comparable to anything in Dragon Ball Z or even Dragon Ball. So basically, you've been warned about the spoilers. How did Ultimate Gohan fare against Goku in Dragon Ball Super? We know that Goku is incredibly powerful in Dragon Ball Super following his fights with the likes of Beerus, Hit and Goku Black. And he is now perceivably way ahead of the rest of the cast from Dragon Ball Z besides Vegeta. Now Gohan's story in Dragon Ball Super has been the polar opposite. After being the strongest individual character in all of Dragon Ball Z, he has literally crumbled. He has declined to such a state where he isn't even considered as a worthwhile ally anymore because he has literally put his work ahead of his training. But in Dragon Ball Super episode 88, we saw him train with Piccolo, in which he realized his ultimate form again. Now, a lot of people up to that point were theorising that Gohan could stack Super Saiyan on top of his ultimate form, and to be honest, Dragon Ball Super didn't do a lot to refute that claim. But in Dragon Ball Super episode 88, Gohan charged up into his Super Saiyan 2 form and then continued and went on to his ultimate form. So the Super Saiyan stack appeared to be out the window in that episode. Now, I was definitely an advocate of the Super Saiyan stack, as was other YouTubers such as Seth the Programmer, but, Dragon Ball Super did, at least in most part, debunk that claim. However, there's more on that later in this video, because in this episode, it is pretty much touched upon. So, basically, let's get started. Gohan goes straight into his ultimate form, and Goku goes into his Super Saiyan 2 form. Obviously, this is after the 2v2 battle, where Gohan was extremely impressive, and Goku, you could see, was visibly impressed. Anyway, after bodying Tien is just getting bodied constantly in these last few episodes. So before the battle begins, Gohan powers up into his ultimate state, and Goku asks him, "Why don't you use Super Saiyan?" Gohan then goes on to state that he is going to use a different method to achieve a new ultimate form. Now, that tells us that he is going to try and get some new either form or transformation, and that he does indeed aspire as well as believe that he can go beyond this ultimate form. Now, this ultimate form is an incredibly powerful transformation. It is more powerful than any of the regular Super Saiyan transformations, not including God transformations. Another thing this tells us is that when Goku suggests using his Super Saiyan form, that also suggests that he can stack Super Saiyan on top of his ultimate form. But as we know, the Super Saiyan transformations are very ki draining, whereas Ultimate Gohan's form isn't. And Gohan is being smart by looking to do it another way, or say a different method as to what Goku uses with his Super Saiyan forms, and constantly pushing them to the point where Super Saiyan 3 literally uses every ounce of energy in his body. So going on Goku's suggestion, and Goku is a martial arts master and it's hard to discount what he says, Gohan is capable of stacking Super Saiyan on top of his ultimate form. However, Gohan is choosing to use a different method. You must remember, guys, that this transformation of Ultimate Gohan was brought about by a god in Elder Kai, so it may have some sort of godly powers in the future. That's not confirmed, it's just potential. Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Gohan. Initially, it looks like Goku is winning, but what I actually perceived to be happening was that Goku was using his experience and using it against Gohan's lack of experience. For example, tricking him and using ki attacks to block his vision, then using instant transmission to appear behind Gohan and get the hit. But as the fight goes on, Gohan starts to get the upper hand and he lands one particularly huge blow that from there on, Goku seems to be losing the fight. Now, Goku doesn't use Super Saiyan 3 as he just continues using Super Saiyan 2, which was a bit of a disappointment for me because the age-old question about what was stronger between Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Ultimate Gohan in the Buu arc is still, despite a lot of evidence, rumbling on to this day. So for me personally, I would have liked to have seen that get put to bed. However, we didn't. And the reason Goku probably didn't use Super Saiyan 3, because although Super Saiyan 3 is a massive increase in power on Super Saiyan 2, it also drains energy a lot faster. Whereas Ultimate Gohan, it doesn't have the same ki drainage issues as Super Saiyan 3 does. However, for me, it would just be nice to see it, even if it was only for a brief moment. Anyway, as Gohan is starting to win this fight, you can see he's visibly getting annoyed with his father and telling him to use his full power. In the end, Goku obliges and transforms into a Super Saiyan Blue. They have a little bit of back and forth, but what must be mentioned here is that Gohan lands a few hits, as does Goku. Now, if we take this at first sight, it appears that Gohan is even with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. But as was seen in previous episodes, Goku tends to hold power back, and it's a hard measurement system to use because Goku is famous for holding back a lot of his power whilst fighting his friends. However, it must be said that Ultimate Gohan has landed hits against Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and that in itself is one hell of an achievement. Now, the power of this fight impresses the spectators Piccolo, Tien, and Chiaotzu. This fight is causing the earth to shake, and then we cut to Vegeta, who is with the God of Destruction, Whis, and the Kais, and they are all in awe of what's happening. And one of my favourite moments of this episode is when Vegeta gives that knowingly smile. Now, you got to remember, guys, Vegeta's rivalry isn't with Gohan. In fact, you always got the feeling that he was always impressed by Gohan, and whenever Gohan doesn't deliver, like against Tabora, he was always disappointed in Gohan, kind of like a family member. Anyway, after that small back and forth between Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Goku releases the Kaioken. It doesn't give us an exact multiplication of how much of an increase it was, but Gohan finally got his wish and Goku released his full power. And then they go in for the double punch, and we are left in a bit of suspense because it cuts to the spectators, then back to Vegeta, who looks in awe. After a brief dramatic pause, Gohan's ki aura dissipates, and it's clear that he's been one-shotted by Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. So where does this put Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan on the scale of Dragon Ball Super Fighters? Now, I don't want to go too far and say that he is equal to Super Saiyan Blue. I think it does appear that that is the way, and he does land hits, so he's at least relative to Super Saiyan Blue. However, I don't believe he is stronger. And I must add that I thought it was a nice little touch to see Gohan still go for a punch despite being so heavily defeated. It kind of represents that Gohan has got his warrior's spirit back or fighting sense back. So basically, as I said before, it's really hard to gauge how much power Goku is using in his Super Saiyan Blue form, as he can repress that form to quite some extent. But to be landing blows on a Super Saiyan Blue tier character, it does put in mind another character that was sort of at that level, and that character is Future Trunks with his Super Saiyan Akari, Rage or Fury, whatever you want to call it. He was able to trade blows with Goku Black, who was Super Saiyan Blue tier level, if not even stronger. So from the evidence of episode 90, and even though you could argue more evidence is needed, I would actually say that Ultimate Gohan, as of episode 90, is now at Super Saiyan Rage Trunks level. If you find that controversial, let me know in the comments section. Anyway, at the end of the episode, Goku makes Gohan the leader of Universe 7, which is a bit of a kick in the face for people like Piccolo, Roshi and Tien, who are all masters of martial arts. However, what can be said is that Gohan, being a scholar, is a very intelligent being, And he brings up the mortal rating for Universe 7 as rightly put by Goku. Now Goku also says that he and Gohan will push themselves even further, and basically what that implies to go further than this ultimate form is potentially a new transformation for Ultimate Gohan. So guys, I want to know what you think. What did you think about episode 90? What do you think about Gohan's fight against Goku? Where would you put him in rankings amongst the rest of the Z fighters? Do you think Gohan will get a new form? I want you to answer all these questions in my comment section. I am stoked about this episode. I am extremely excited. And although it disappeared that Gohan has had a power hack, I'm all for it if it makes characters relevant again, as long as they at least give us some sort of information on how they achieved it. If you like my videos, hit that like button with a universe busting attack and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, guys. I've got some great content on my channel. There's so much on there already, and I'm sure there's something that you will like. So subscribe and go and check out my library. And remember one very important final message. Staying calm will only ensure you never, ever become a Super Saiyan. Hello guys, hit that beautiful face in the top left corner. Punch me in the face to subscribe to my channel. And here is some more content from my channel which I am very, very sure you will all enjoy.